Yo, what is up guys? My name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be showcasing my personal collection of EDH decks. Let's get into it. Welcome back everybody, welcome back to the channel. Obviously a little bit different for the format today. I am going to be showcasing my EDH decks as well as a bit of my setup when it comes to playing Magic the Gathering from home. So it's going to be a really exciting video for you all, and let's just dive right into it. So to start things off, being both a personal deck tour as well as room tour, we've got a dual monitor setup which is farther apart than my tooth gap. Of course, this smaller monitor here is the one I play video games on as well as record my YouTube videos, with the larger one being purposed for editing in Photoshop, editing those said YouTube videos, watching anime, and even viewing the spell table games I play online. To play Spell Table, I do use this Logitech webcam, which I use for my YouTube videos. Right now, it's simply hanging off this arm for ease of access for play for a nice top-down view. When I'm not playing, this arm will move to the side so it does not obstruct my vision, as well as the webcam being attached to the top of the monitor. We also have a nice little microphone with the boom arm here, which is really fantastic, paired with two newer light boxes that will shine the light on our fantastic green screen from Elgato. And yes, I hate to break it to you all, but I am not in some 40-year-old basements. And no, I do not live in an arcade. I simply live in my bedroom to make my videos. And of course, I must say, other than the horrible cable management, it smells much better than an LGS. And of course, for all those PC nerds out there, I will be providing the specs of my PC down in the description below for all those curious. And of course, yes, it can play Minecraft. So without further ado, let's jump right into my personal deck collection. Now, when it comes to storing my EDH decks, we do have a Gamegenic Dungeon 1100, and this thing has been an absolute force when upgrading for my EDH game. Now, we were originally storing my EDH decks in this wooden box I found on Etsy, and it seemed to get the job done until unfortunately I started double sleeving my EDH decks, and then it just didn't cut it anymore. So now it's meant for storage for my TCGPlayer listings. Links in my shop will be linked and provided down in the description below if you're interested in buying a few cards off me. But if we go back over to the main Gamegenic storage here, if you open it up, we've got a really cool material on the inside. And for those of you that have never owned a Gamegenic product, the best thing I can do to describe this material, it's like an Alcantara. It's very soft, like a microfiber or suede. Obviously, it's manufactured, but that does not take away the fact that it feels premium and it's really nice. This deck box, in theory, can hold up to 1,100 cards, but I like to incorporate my decks and give them extra protection from the elements. So I've got these sidekicks from Gamegenic once again, and these are the extra large sidekicks. So these will fit double sleeve decks of 100 just fine. We'll open one up for you, and as you can see, there's plenty of room in it. Actually, let's take off the top here, and bear with me, I'm not a lefty, so let's switch hands. We still have plenty of room to grab these cards. See that? Okay, who am I kidding? It's not that much room, but they fit. So 100 double sleeve cards using Dragon Shield mats and Dragon Shield resealable inners seems to do the trick. And if you can't tell, I like the color blue. And the idea with this was, let's say I have a pot of players and they want to come over for some Magic the Gathering. I'm like, okay, well, let's play with my decks today. I'll be like, okay, well, you know, we'll take one out, we'll mix them up, right? And then once everyone has their decks that they think they had an eye on, and I mix them up, I'm like, okay, choose one out of the 7 here, and they pick a random one, and they don't know what they're gonna get, and boom, what are they playing today? They're playing a Tog. That's unfortunate. And then we'll go around, and it makes for a really cool, kind of like a draft pick. Now, like I said, we do have 7 EDH decks here. You've only seen 3 on the channel. I do plan on debuting the rest in the near future, but this is a really cool deck box because if I had one more in theory, I could hold up to 800 cards double sleeved in extra large sidekicks. If you don't want to have these compartments, obviously you can hold 1,100 cards for bulk, and I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but this is how I do it. We do have sections to store tons of tokens. We have infinity tokens, markers for set tokens, and even room for a notebook. So this seems to get the job done just properly. Now, of course, we aren't going to showcase all of the decks here, but we are going to be reviewing what they are in a general synopsis and what they do, because that's what you all came for. So let me just take out all these decks out of their boxes to show you what I have. Now, a quick synopsis on all these decks. The top row we have covered in the channel. We've got Skeleton Ship, which is Twiddle Tribal, Otagatog, which is a Tog Tribal. We have a mono blue land-hating Voltron Stacks deck, as well as an Angus Mackenzie Pillowfort. All of these four have been covered on the channel here, and links to those deck techs, if you'd like to see an in-depth review of those, will be linked provided in the description below this video. The decks we have not seen on this channel are my Mikaeus the Unhallowed. This is a zombie tribal deck, and believe it or not, this is my first deck I ever built. It's probably my least favorite just because it's so linear. It typically wins as late as turn 6 and as early as turn 1. It's very strong. We have a mono white old school only banding tribal deck with General Jarkeld, so it's really flavorful. And then my newest addition to my collection lately was an old school, once again only, Phelddagrif group hug deck. So these old school decks don't have any cards past 1997 aside from a few retro framed cards. I will be providing deck techs in the near future for both Mikaeus, General Jarkeld, and even Phelddagrif. So let me know which one you'd like to see first, and I'm sure I'll whip up something sometime soon. But you probably beg to ask, what is the point of me sharing all these decks with you unless it's a deck tech? And it's with great, exciting news I'd like to debut today that EDH Brutality will be recording in the near future EDH matches live in a series uploading to YouTube. That's right, we're in the process of getting a group together, recording it in person, editing, and then posting. So if you'd like to stay tuned for all that and more, for all things metal and magic, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So with that, my name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.